getting her washed, boss?
Sir, I have done a bad thing. Why are we washing her now? Washing the tractor usually is done with a power hose. I don't have a power hose, and my neighbour's is screwed the Hardy Spicers away. So we're on the sponge wash. So the reason I'm washing is because she's gone down the road. Whoever wants to give me what she's worth is going to have her. So she's going on to Dundee in a few hours time. So we're trying to leave her. The pictures look right, and as well as that, when the boys land to look at her, she is right. So we're not going for the whole like slick the tires, we're back to black and overcook it, and you know, we're just making it look clean. That's what the clean panel looks like. It's not like T-cut to perfection. It's working clothes, but clean working clothes. We have started now the odd time to document for history's sake with the company. And the other night, I was just doing that with Pamela. So Pamela doesn't really do vlogs, and I don't think she'll be anytime soon because she's not happy with it. But at the very end of our conversation about where we are with the company, a guy messaged me, and it was the guy who sold this to me, Mr. JF Agri, who says, fancy an upgrade. Oh, Pamela, look what do you see what the man has just texted me? If you fancy an upgrade, we have a 2002 7810 50k coming in.
50k?
50k per hour, kilometers per hour.
Oh, I thought it was 50k money.
No. Is that the budget? Is that the budget? Am I allowed to go to 50k?
We don't have it. That's the scary thing.
If it is TLS and it's a power quad, I am going to try and negotiate.
Tell that man he's in bother, along with you.
So I had been at him about how to work on this yoke to maybe smooth out my ride, and he was like, yeah, tire pressures, whatever. But ultimately, TLS is TLS. There ain't no getting around it. It's something I want. It's something I'd love to have had in this, because this is a great tractor. It's 7,500 hours. It's mint condition. That's the only thing it's missing. TLS is your front axle suspension, and it's surprising that even with a hard back axle, how much of a difference that can make. So a conversation proceeds, and he's like, again, this is something I've never seen in the flesh. He says, that's her there, and sent me a picture too. And I says, well, is she tight? And he says, she drives like one with 5,000 hours on it. And I'm thinking, right, that's good. And she says, this thing is 10,000 hours on it, so that's about 2,500 hours more than what I have. And that is a dilemma. Do I want one with more hours, or do I keep this with low hours on it, and it sort of appreciates more? Well, the purpose of the tractor is to be driven, and if I leave this in Gortonier, Leslie is going to rack up hours on it. I just know what he's like. I mean, I'm after cleaning slurry off the back pillars on the inside of the cab from whenever it blew off something that I wasn't around that happened. So that's where I'm at in my head, is I want to enjoy driving her with TLS in her, and she's an oddball. Here's the other thing about her. She is a very unique tractor. She's a power quad gearbox, but she's actually the auto quad. So the auto quad's the one lever with the buttons on the stick that everybody would be familiar with in the modern stuff. And she's also 50k. So more road speed. So if I want to get to Leslie's house in an hour, I can do that. That is the dilemma. Slightly older tractor, higher hour tractor versus, she's 2002, she's younger technically, but that is the dilemma, is would you change? Would you, right now in the comments, which would you pick? The one with TLS and more hours, or the one without TLS and less hours? I could start and put a front linkage on it and try and do what Johnny Neal suggested to me, was, you know, smooth the rider that way with a weight hanging in the front, or I could like do the thing that probably nobody's ever done before, which is find an old TLS axle, recondition it, bury it into this one and go, this one's now got that. Or I could save myself all that grief and hassle and money and just go, for this amount of money, I'm changing tractors, and the two of them are basically the same thing. Like, I'm not looking 40k for it, you know, I don't expect to command that for it. I mean, she's not perfect. I'm not a salesman, so I'm not going to give you some big sales pitch. But there's lots of wee things in her that can be tidied up, like for example, this guard here, at the right revs, which is takeover revs. This wee guard here rattles like Bellio. And my dad says he tried tightening these screws and it hasn't really worked. So it's an example of the wee jobs they got on this tractor that need done, but they're all little fiddly things. The guts of her is there. She is a solid tractor. She pulls like a train. She's a pleasure to drive. It's just a 7/8/10, so she won't devalue. Bottom line is, a better one, in my eyes, came up. It was a toss of a coin between the two. I already was thinking I'd love TLS. I was in the hunt for it. And when you're not looking for something, that's whenever it comes up. You know, if I didn't have a 7/8/10, there wasn't a mission that I would have actually got that tractor bought off Mr. JF. Because he had given me the heads up on her, I had the refusal of her. So I mean, he literally had 40 calls in 2 hours yesterday. And I see there's like 1,000 comments on it this morning on the Facebook post, and he's had the post up saying it's sold to try and stop his phone from ringing like crazy. You know, I appreciate that him as a seller, because he had told me about her before he put her in the market, that he gave me the first refusal. I respect that a lot, because it'd been very easy for him to just say, come and see her.
So this has got nothing to do with the fact that someone put this tractor online a few weeks ago?
Zero! That's the irony. Somebody sold this tractor online, what, a week ago? Only a week ago. So the question is, will people even believe this is a genuine advert whenever I put it up?
No.
Probably not. They'll probably think it's a spiff.
Yeah.
That's an Irish spiff, somebody's taking a hand at him. It's hard to say what she's worth. I know what I need out of her because I've put a water pump in her. I've added them weights on the front of her, which can come off if they don't want them. And I paid the shipping to get her over home. So ideally, you know, the people that live in this country recognise that, and that she'll find a good home. And really all I'm trying to do is just change from one model to the other. I'm not really trying to turn a big profit at her. It's not like I'm going to sit on her for 6 months and wait. Saying that, you never know. Like, I mean, you never know until you put it on the market. Is somebody going to ring? Are you going to have a session? I have no idea. None. All I know is there's not a single one in Dundee right now. There's one in UK, under, if you do a bit of searching, 2 maybe. So if she's the right price, I'm not going to list her at 40 grand, like, so she should get phone calls, she should get interest. Hopefully not too many tire kickers. I hope I've made the right call. My gut says I did.
Time will tell, John.
Time will tell. Like, that thing is, man, there's nothing wrong with her. She's not going to break my heart maintenance. You know, that's better the devil you know, is what most people think. So the question is it really better the devil you know? Aye. Cleaning the tractor is more, it's not like cleaning a car, Brian. It's not like big flat panels and it's like, oh yeah, that's her wash now in half an hour. You have all the grass that gathers up. Come here to see the back. This is Paul, who was harvester man, first chance he got, just pile the grass in the back end of her. So you're in like picking out hairs of grass wherever you can reach, and that's it all on the ground now. Say I'll wipe the insides of these rims and I'll dust down and polish the inside of the cab, maybe clean glass. That's her. That's as much as I'm doing. Like, she's a working tractor. She's not a show pony. Like. So bid me, what is a 7/8/10 of this age? 99 left-hand reverse, 7,500 hours, 50% tires, and nothing really mechanically wrong. Little tidy bits need tidied up. She's a working tractor. What would you bid me in the comments below? So I'll keep watching and I'll let you know when the job is done.